Caregiving can have serious negative health, financial, and emotional effects on the caregiver. A high percentage of employees eventually quit their jobs due to caregiving responsibilities. The double demands of work and family caregiving result in lost productivity. Employees must use the phone for personal calls, leave early or come in late, take time off, need to leave for medical appointments or other personal reasons. Most often, exhaustion or preoccupation with a home situation leaves the employee incapable of focusing on work. Jean is a registered nurse who works for a social services agency. She works with family caregivers to teach them the practical skills of caregiving. Her world changed one day when her husband suddenly developed life-threatening medical problems.
Caregiving really took over my life, and my job became very secondary. There were certain things that needed to be done, and there isn't a body to put in place, you know, to do my job when I'm not here. So I had this realization of many responsibilities. However, I tried to come in, but when I was here, I really wasn't present. I didn't want to be here. And there was even a sense of resentment that I needed to do this, but I really wanted to be at the hospital with my husband. So it became, there was this real big internal conflict. I love my job and I love what I do, but at that point in time, I didn't want to do it.
Throughout Diane's employment for a state agency, she cared for both parents and her daughter, a lengthy, complicated, and difficult situation.
I had to be able to come and go from work almost on the spur of the moment. It usually wasn't that imminent, but I came to face some challenges at work because my coworkers felt that I was focusing too much on my parents and my father's care, and as opposed to always being at the office or always being on the job, although my job performance wasn't impacted. So that became a stress.
Kara, a supervisor for a state agency, is a caregiver for her mother, who lives in another county.
Some days I'm not as productive as I normally would be. Depends on if I get a phone call at work, my dad's having a bad day, so my mom calls me. So sometimes it's difficult to work through that and put it in the back of your brain to continue doing what you need to. Some days you just feel overwhelmed with what's going on at work and what's going on at home. But you just kind of find a balance and you work through it because you know that it can't be bad all the time.